Meeting of the Newbury Town Library Board of Trustees. Okay, in attendance we have
Terry Litters.
Alexander Burke.
Richard Passeri.
Haley Hart, Library Director.
Okay, and currently absent Patty Olson and Melissa Mashburn. Okay. All right. First item, I'll call it to order. We're always in order.
Yes, we are.
Approval of the minutes from the February meeting. Everybody had a chance to look at them?
Joan, get them?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay, any comments, or changes or anything?
No,
We're
there
good?
is
I wouldn't change anything.
Oh, yeah, we
Wasn't
change.
there.
Yeah, no, he does a masterful job.
He does.
Ah.
True though.
Did you get that?
They get done.
They're available online, you can look
Take
at
this
how
in
gorgeous they are.
That's funny.
Okay,
Okay.
a motion to approve the minutes.
I moved.
I second.
Okay, all in favor? Minutes are
Aye.
approved.
Okay.
All right, director's report.
We got a lot going on.
Yeah,
Our AED's here. It is installed, it is next to the services bulletin board out in that little like entryway area. So it's up and running. Both DPW and the fire department were incredibly helpful in getting it up and running, so I'm very grateful to them.
good.
Staff, I'm working with Chief Evans to come up with a time for us to get trained on both AED and CPR, something we'll do on a Monday. So it's just a matter of figuring out timing right now.
Okay,
But it's all good to go.
good.
Roof work is continuing. I know they're close to being done. I have no idea anything else other than that, but it looks great.
It does.
We have been seeing so much use of our meeting room that we're no longer in the process. We've created a fourth key kit. So we got the code and everything. It's all set up to go.
Okay, you
So
did
now,
get the code.
yeah,
Okay.
as of today.
Okay.
So we now have that key kit going so that we can even have more
So-
people without too
good.
much of an issue. So.
Good, good.
Yeah, that's very exciting. Yep. So the small library directors meeting was held on the 12th of February. We chatted about budget issues in surrounding areas, dress codes, print management systems. It was a really tiny group. There's only 4 of us, but we'll be meeting again every other month. So.
Okay.
We had our staff meeting, so we were trying to do them every other month. It went very well. We talked about punctuality. We talked about social media scheduling and museum pass updates, reading projects, summer reading. At the end of April, we'll be meeting again. On tomorrow, right? That's tomorrow. Yes. Tomorrow, I'm going to be attending a professional development webinar on challenging employee conversations without fear. It's offered through LibraryWorks, which we've used before for trainings.
Okay.
Next week is the town managers meeting. I'll update you if anything comes of that. I don't really know. There's no agenda as far as we know of, so we'll see what's going on there. I've created a template for staff annual reviews. It's available in this packet. The first use of it's going to be in April. I've decided to review everyone on their actual hire date so that it's a full annual review and not just a bit and piece. Although I've done like check-ins at 60 days and 90 days.
Okay.
But so I've written that out. It's a combination of Winchester and Ipswich and a little bit of Georgetown as well.
Okay.
So that's exciting.
And the reality is that town in general does not do evaluations
They don't have a template of any sort.
of any sort.
Nope. So I was able to make my own the way that I wanted to, which was nice.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Something to think about for next year, well, throughout this year, but the Sustainable and Resilient New England Libraries grant opportunity is for small and rural libraries. It is something that we are included in. We could use for updating our handicap accessibility. Yeah, I just found out about it and it's due on the 10th, so obviously we didn't get in for this year, but it's something to consider for next year. So I put a link in this when I sent it out in the packet, so feel free to browse around it.
I had seen that, but again, the 10th being the deadline.
Yeah, I found it too
Yeah.
late as well, but that's something for next
But it did
year.
offer an opportunity to
Yeah.
get some resources to.
Absolutely. Yeah, so
Yes.
that's something we want to think about. Town meeting is on the 29th at Triton. I will be there if there are any questions that come up for the library, but that's all good. We are participating in March Minute Madness. It's a bunch of towns in the area. Hello.
Hi, Melissa.
Basically, we're in competition with a bunch of other libraries to read the most in our community. It goes by population. There's a whole formula that I don't know. We made it through, like the first round was a no elimination, but it put us up. Right now, this week, we are up against Georgetown. So we're trying to win. So if you have read anything in the past week, you can do it online. We have a form in person. We just need the entries by, I think it's 10:30 in the morning on Friday. But yeah, so we're right now, this is the first round. If we lose, we're out. If we move forward, we go against whoever the winner is of the other brackets.
Okay.
We just keep
I
moving.
just became aware of it last week.
So
my wife and I will
yay.
be sending in numbers of
So when I was in
reading
Georgetown,
this week.
yeah, when I was in Georgetown, we won, and it was like a really big deal. We felt very excited. So I'm really hoping for Newberry.
Is it on the, like, if you
Yep.
log on to Newberry, is it right at the front, like?
Yep, it's
like
on
you
the
can find
front
it?
rotator.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah, and there's a QR code that you can.
yep, and there's a link. We have a Google
Just fill in
form.
whatever your information is.
Yep, yes, we have a Google form. We also have the physical forms out front, because we know not everyone wants to do
Yeah.
that.
I I initially took that, but then I realized I could do
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
QR code and,
Yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, so we're competing. Let's hope we make it to the next round, but we're really excited to be
How do
doing
you
it.
measure minutes?
We don't, the person that's reading it,
Yeah.
You-
just how many
You tell us
minutes
how
you
many
read.
minutes you,
If
Your
you sat there for
honesty.
3 hours, you
Oh.
read for 3 hours.
yeah.
That book.
Yes, I read for 5 hours today.
I'll have to tell my daughters, they sit with me.
I tried to.
Please, it's
Yeah,
all
no, that's
ages.
great. That's great.
And we want to win.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
I'm highly competitive, and the fact that we're going up against Georgetown is fueled me with fire.
it doesn't matter what we read.
Nope.
That's
You
could
can
be-
audiobooks, it could be magazines, newspapers,
Okay.
online blogs.
Really?
Are you reading? Great. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, I got
That's
the Sunday Globe going.
Does it have to be monographs, huh? Oh, yeah, online?
No, in person.
Either's
I spent
fine.
the $6.
You do?
It's the only one I buy,
Oh,
once a week.
I know, we've had
And
that
it's gotten thinner and thinner each week.
Anyway, so that's going on right now. So please log your hours, and we'll keep the town updated. But yeah, it's a community. It's just a fun way to get people engaged. We've
Sure,
had,
just one question.
Yeah.
How many people have actually,
I don't know, that is a question for Catherine.
okay,
She's the one doing all of it.
okay.
How do you get people engaged like that when reading is a solitary activity?
It gets them engaged because then they tell us that they're reading, they check out books from us because they're like, oh yeah, I want to win.
Yeah.
So, and it gets the kids fired up. The kids love the idea that like what they're reading, they're like 5 minutes a day, is making a difference for fighting the other. They love it.
Did you send anything to the teachers at Newberry?
I have no idea. Maybe. I will talk to Catherine about that because that would be
Because they
great.
have to log hours
Anyway,
typically
yeah.
anyways.
Oh, yeah. I will talk to
Meaning they
Catherine.
read like 20 minutes a day, depending upon the grade
Yeah.
level.
Yeah,
Mhm.
talk to the librarian then.
That's
She's a
weird.
slacker.
So we've had a lot of good, great adult programs this past month. The most exciting one for me personally was the cookbook club. We had a ton of people come to it. Everything looked and smelled very good. I didn't get to taste everything. I got to taste Catherine's meal, which was delicious. So if you're looking to try new recipes, sign up for next month's cookbook club. It's going to be monthly. She's got everything posted on how to register, when to choose recipes, all of that.
And the birding one was very good.
Yes.
If you're into birds, this fellow was, he was terrific.
Yeah, March programming in general centers around plants and gardening. We've got, Will is actually hosting a biodegradable mini planter workshop on the 14th. We have the New England Native Flora presentation on the 19th, and a prop and swap plant cutting swap meeting on the 22nd.
What's
So like propagating, so you're just taking like bits and buds and you bring them in and you can swap them for different kinds. So like I have a tiny little pothos I'm going to bring in and say I don't want this anymore, and there might be a cool plant for me to grab there too. But like they're just like a leaf or two that you can propagate from your own. Yeah. So that's happening.
Good
Lots.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah, probably. Talk to Will, most likely. But yeah, that all of that is, we're really focused on planting and gardening. Seed library will be up soon as well. We've got a lot of donations for that, which is great.
Good.
For children's programming, our big headliner was the Gross Beard Cool Science. We had 58 participants. They love her. They love her. So we will definitely have her back again.
What's it again, I'm sorry?
The Gross
Okay.
Beard Cool Science. She is the one who did the Poop Museum previously.
Mhm.
They love her. She is amazing. We also had Elsa the Snow Queen at the library for meet and greet, which
Ooh, should be
they,
popular.
oh my gosh, yeah, they loved her
Yeah.
so much. So I'm sure we will bring back other princesses by her. And then we are looking forward to the yoga for kids is coming back on the 19th. And then Catherine asked me to tell you all about a virtual program happening this Sunday. Freedom to Read event. It's an interview with Amanda Jones, author of That Librarian. She got to meet her when she visited her brother for his book tour, and she says that anyone who is even related to libraries should go to this if possible. So I am passing that along. It's on our website.
It's on the website.
Yep, yeah, it's on our calendar of events. You can register there for
Yep.
Zoom. Budgeting and statistics are looking good. Budgeting, we talked about that in our staff meeting to see where everyone was at and kind of go through that. So we're pretty on par. There's a few things, like you'll notice children's print looks like it's very high of what, like, doesn't look like it's been spent a lot, but it's because we've been touching into other funds this year that have been untouched for a long time. So, but that's actually about to change because Nikki is not redoing, but upgrading the nonfiction section. So we've got a big couple orders coming through there. So that's exciting. And statistics, we're looking about on par for February's. Nothing really big to, we decided to stop using Twitter X for social media. I don't think it's something libraries really needed to do in the first place because we're just posting our newsletter there and no one's really reading it. And then with all of the kerfuffle about X, we're just not doing it. So that was a unanimous vote during our staff meeting. But yeah, otherwise we're doing pretty good. Any questions?
Anybody have any
No
questions?
questions, that was so, chock full.
Yeah?
Yeah, we have a really busy month.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, I didn't see that before. How little accessory was being used.
Yeah, we, like, over the summer, we had a pretty big boost, if I remember correctly, but it's gone way, way down. I think part of it is that we haven't really been posting a lot about it, or like the local history stuff. But that's about to change during our staff meeting. Both Will and Brady have a lot of interest in it, and so we've put together a schedule for them to have off-desk time to work on local history stuff and work on the
Okay.
newsletter. So
Okay.
they're very excited about it. I'm very excited about it. So hopefully we'll see those numbers come back again once we start actually promoting it again.
Yeah, because one of the things, when we did the last effort, when we had the archivist in, one of the next things that was going to happen was the digitizing of a
So-
lot of the equipment.
Yes,
Equipment,
yeah,
the
materials, yeah.
Materials, yeah.
Katie had left me, had looped me in with an email to the Commonwealth that we're going to be doing it, and they were supposed to be coming last May.
Mhm.
And then I didn't hear from them, and then I forgot about
Sure,
it. So
sure.
that hasn't happened, but it
Okay,
is,
but if they're getting interested
Yep,
in this,
that
may be
is-
something
that
that
is the plan. Yep,
can help them. Okay.
exactly. So we do already have like a drawer of stuff that needs to
It
get
needs
picked
to
up.
be digitized,
Yep.
okay, because then that was going to be coordinated with what they have at town hall.
Yep. Yep.
All right, good.
But yeah, we're very
Good,
excited.
Bob, I'm glad they're interested. in
Yeah,
it,
both of
because-
them have history interests, and both of
Yeah.
them are looking forward to it. And
Because I know we were meeting with Katie on Saturdays for her sessions on
yep,
history, local history, and then I know at least one of the people who was in attendance oftentimes has opted to go to Georgetown because they.
Yeah, they have the
you know,
genies,
they have the-
yeah. Yep.
So,
yeah. So hopefully we can get all that going back again.
okay.
Especially once we're full staffed whenever that happens, but.
Okay. I know that they're both interested. That's
Yeah, they're
good.
both interested, and we have now set times for them to be off desk to work
So-
on it.
To work on it.
So,
Good,
Nice.
good, good. No, that's good.
Very
Yeah.
exciting.
Okay. All right. Anything else? Old? No other old stuff? Okay. Do we have any new business? Nothing, huh? Boy.
I mean, no, I don't think so.
Okay, okay. Well, we have, you sent out the evaluation form that you're gonna use for
Yep,
employees.
yes, yeah, and I
Okay.
have it here if anyone has questions about it too.
Yeah.
And then, obviously,
Yep,
one of the
I've got
things is
yours.
that I found one that we had used in the past for the director, so we can either modify that or utilize it going forward, and, you know, again, I guess, my mind being what it was, I didn't realize we had to really evaluate it on an ongoing basis, and I guess we had.
Yeah,
Because I
we-
did find some that were all filled in.
Yeah, we should definitely be doing it yearly.
Yeah. The director would like to know what we think?
Yeah,
Oh,
always.
okay. Good, good, good. So, I guess over the course of this, if that form works, if we can kind of put it together over the course of this month, if you want, and we can discuss it in April, or however you want to handle it. I mean,
Well, it depends on if people have time today, we could stay.
Stay.
Haley could
Yeah.
go, we
I-
could stay
yeah.
and have that discussion if you
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, I have it printed out too, so if you guys need it.
okay. I've got a
Just a
couple
little
of them,
bit,
so
yeah.
that's,
Cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good, so,
Well, Haley, it's amazing to think that you've been here a whole year.
It's crazy.
Um,
It's absolutely
Really
crazy.
is.
yeah.
Some days it feels like maybe 4 months, and some days it feels like 5 years.
It's kind of the way jobs go.
Yeah, it sure is.
Thank
Yeah,
God. Oh, good.
It's wild.
No, it's been, obviously, we haven't had to be engaged as much as we have in the past, so it's obviously been running the way it's supposed to.
That's the hope.
You're managing it.
That's the hope.
And the staff seems to be, I mean, the sense you got out of your staff meeting,
They're engaged.
they're engaged.
They're here to stay, from what I can tell, especially once all the union stuff possibly goes through,
Okay,
which should be soon.
okay.
Do you have a sheet of all the employees now?
I mean, I don't, but I can. There's
That
one-
would be
Yeah,
helpful.
there's like 5 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah, it's a big deal to be fully staffed up.
I cannot
And I
wait.
know you know that better than I could
Yes, and I
possibly.
cannot wait. I will say that my staff have been incredible. We've been short-staffed basically since I've been here, and they've been so good about jumping in and making things work, so, yeah, I can't complain.
You know, and the fact that they're engaged in doing other things, like
Yep.
Will is gonna be doing this.
Yeah, the local history and the biodegradable
Biodegradable
things.
stuff.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
excited about that. He's done a ton of stuff for the Library of Things and
Okay,
doing great with that.
good, good.
Yeah, Brady's
And Liz
really.
does her knitting and.
Yeah, oh god, yeah,
so-
Fiber Fridays.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
no, so that's great.
Yeah.
No,
they're a good group.
they're involved
Yeah.
in the broader sense, which is
Yes,
good.
no, I feel like everyone here is pretty committed to Newbury, so.
Good, excellent, thank you. Anything else?
No, I have papers for people to sign.
Yes, that's-
Yes, I did
yes.
remember to bring it,
That's
Okay.
but for those who live in Newbury, not having yet gone to the transfer station.
What I found when I did, well, we were out front here.
Yeah.
You can't do it in the building, but, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. I just sat on the bench out there and just, are you from Newbury? It was interesting how many people weren't.
No, we got a wide variety.
Yeah,
Which we like.
Yeah.
Is there
You can walk
anything else
around
in
some
the
things.
actual meeting that you want to talk about?
Yeah, we should really adjourn before doing that. That was my intention.
we'll go into executive session for discussing the evaluation so that the machine can get shut off.
All right, so this is
We're ending the regular meeting at this point?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Second that.
okay,
okay.
all right.
Thanks, Haley.
That's the plan.